Hey everybody, my name is Nancy. Today I would like to read you a book called The Get Along Gang and the Tattletale. This was my book when I was 6 years old. I looked at the date that it was published and it says 1984. I was 6 in 1984. My name is spelled like this, Nancy, but I spell it differently now. I spell it Nansi because my grandmother came from Wales, and that's the Welsh way to spell Nancy. Let's start the story. The Get Along Gang was in the school library. Dottie Dog and some of the others were finishing plans for their science projects. The school science fair was being held on Friday. No one knew what Dottie's project would be. She said it was top secret. Breaker Turtle and Woolma Lamb were studying together. "I want to do better on this test than I did last time," Woolma told him. "What grade did you get?" asked Breaker. But Woolma wouldn't tell. "I know, she got a D," Lolly Squirrel blurted out. "Lolly, you're such a tattletale," Woolma said, pouting. The gang headed straight for the lunchroom after they left the library. Bingo Bet-it-all Beaver sneaked up behind Portia Porcupine. He covered her eyes with his hands and said, "I bet you can't guess who." "It's Bingo!" Lolly yelled. "Who asked you?" grumbled Bingo. While the gang ate, Rocco Rabbit played a trick on Flora Fox. He took her thermos and hid it under her chair. Flora cried, "Someone swiped my thermos!" "I know who! I know who!" Lolly sang and pointed at Rocco. On the way home from school, the gang stopped at the Dust Bowl for a quick game of baseball. But Dottie couldn't stay. "I have to work on my science project," she explained. Lolly asked Dottie if she could come along to help, but Dottie said, "No, you can't keep a secret. You tell everything." Lolly felt awful. "Please, just give me one more chance. I won't tell. I promise." Lolly begged, and finally Dottie agreed. Dottie's project was on the table in her workroom. "What is it?" Lolly asked. "It's an automatic bubble-blowing machine," Dottie replied. Lolly just stood there with her mouth wide open. "Come on," said Dottie. "We have work to do." Lolly spent the whole afternoon with Dottie. On her way home, she met Catchem Crocodile and Leland Lizard scooping mud into a box. "Ugh!" Lolly exclaimed. "What's that sloppy mess?" "It's for our science project," Catchem said. Leland nodded proudly. "We're making a worm farm." Lolly couldn't resist showing off. "I'm working with Dottie on her project. We follow each step that is written down in her notes. When it's done, Dottie will win first prize." "She will not," Catchem answered. "She will too," Lolly snapped. "Dottie's automatic bubble-blowing machine will win over your stupid worm farm easily." "A bubble-blowing machine. That does sound like a winner," said Leland after Lolly left. Catchem nodded. "But Dottie won't win with that project." "She won't, boss? Why not?" "Because we will, with our own bubble-blowing machine." "But how are we going to make that, boss?" whined Leland. "And what about the worms?" "Forget them," said Catchem shortly. "You heard Lolly say Dottie has it all written down. We'll just go and take her notes." At nightfall, Ketchum and Leland sneaked over to Dottie's. While Leland held the flashlight, Ketchum reached in and grabbed the plans. "I wish I could see Dottie Dog's face when she finds her notes missing," Ketchum snickered to himself. "She'll never be able to finish her project without them." When Dottie went to her workroom the next morning, she found the notes missing. She searched everywhere, but they were nowhere around. "My notes!" she cried. "I can't finish my project without them." Dottie ran out to tell the gang about the missing notes. She was very sad. No one could believe what had happened. "Who could be mean enough to take your notes?" Portia asked. "Who would want them?" said Zipper. Lolly had a guilty look on her face. I think I know," she stammered. Lolly told them about her meeting with Ketchum and Leland. "I didn't mean to tattle about Dottie's secret project," she confessed. "It was an accident." Everyone shouted angrily at Lolly, except Montgomery Moose. "Calm down," he said. "Let's think of what we can do." "I bet Dottie could make a new project for tomorrow," said Bingo. "I know you can do it, Dottie," encouraged Montgomery. "We'll all help." Dottie said she would try. Lolly promised not to say a word about the new project, so the gang agreed to let her help. Then they all rushed off to gather the things Dottie told them to get. Dottie worked all evening on her new project. When everyone left to go to sleep, she was still hard at work. On Friday morning, the gang ran into Ketchum and Leland going to the science fair. Ketchum looked surprised to see that Dottie was entering anything. "May the best project win," he said with a sly smile. "You bet it will," Bingo Beaver shouted back. From the school door, Zipper and Lolly motioned to the gang to hurry. "Everyone has been talking about Dottie's project," yelled Lolly. "But I promised I'd never tell, and I didn't." Inside, the contestants uncovered their projects. "Ketchum and Leland did steal my plans," Dottie exclaimed. "That's an exact copy of my bubble-blowing machine." "Don't worry, Dottie," said Montgomery. "It's probably not half as good as your new project." The judging began. Leland and Ketchum started up their machine. Suddenly, a green, muddy gook gushed from the opening and splattered all over them. Everyone in the room began to laugh. "Serves them right," said Dottie. "They used slimy swamp water in the machine. It needs fresh water to work." Dottie's invention, a pedal-powered ice cream maker, worked perfectly for the judges. Soon real ice cream filled it to the brim. Ketchum and Leland crept away with their messy project, and the judges declared Dottie Dog first prize winner. "Congratulations, Dottie," the gang cheered. "I couldn't have done it without you, gang," Dottie replied. Then she said with a smile, "Ice cream, anyone?" The end. So that was the Get Along Gang and the Tattletale. I hope you all enjoyed the story. Maybe I can come back and read you another one. Have a great day.